How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport, and welcome back to another video featuring my 1994 Mercedes S500 W140. So this is kind of part two to our exterior paint correction, paint restoration if you want to call it. And on the last video, we did a lot. We got the exterior compounded and polished, and man, this paint really came out, as you guys can see here. And I was so satisfied with the results that we decided to pull the fenders off, the bumpers off our parts car, and start moving those over. Now, I went ahead and polished out the bumpers and a couple of the little panels. They looked pretty good, but after a while, it's been a couple of days now, they started to kind of fade back to that kind of gray wash color that you'll see here. And these ones I haven't touched. These ones I just pulled off the car. So I wanted to see what we could do with that. So I went ahead and picked up this back to black restoration and put a little bit on here, and it seemed to be working really well. Now, we won't know if it fades back to that, you know, kind of gray wash that you see up top for a while. So I'm going to try this out on this video. Of course, I'll give you an update, but the main focus on this video is I had to come up with a solution for this rear bumper. Originally, I was going to go ahead and get it wrapped, and I was in the store today picking up that back to black, and I saw this on the shelf. Now, I've seen a bunch of videos on some different vinyl wrap sprays, and I was kind of blown away with the results. And I just noticed that Rust-Oleum came out with their version. It might have been out for a while, but I just noticed it because I don't normally look for this type of stuff. But I thought, what the heck, let's go ahead and try this out. It might be really cool. The problem is they only had one can at the store, so I'm hoping this one can will work on this bumper. And if not, at least we'll get an idea of what it's gonna look like compared to the other panels. So with that said, let's pop this bumper off. We're gonna have to do a little bit of sanding here, because if you can feel it, you're probably gonna see it through a product, and that's kind of the rule of thumb. I don't know a whole lot about this, but I would like to make it look as good as possible. So we'll pull this off, we'll pull our chrome pieces off, we'll sand down that edge there, and then we'll put a coat or two of this stuff on and see how it looks. And if I need to go grab some more, I will, but I'll let you guys know exactly how far this can went. So let's get started. So here is how you remove the bumper. You're going to take off 2 bolts on each side, one in the middle here. You will need to pull back some of the covering to access these bolts. Then you need to slide the bumper off of these 2 brackets here. It pulls off pretty easily, not much to it. Once you have the bumper off, you'll need to take off all of these tabs in order to pull the chrome piece off. These tabs can be a little tricky. Usually you need to turn them, and then you're going to have to pull down on them in order to slide them off. I'm going to try to show you using this trim removal tool and one hand. Let's see if I can do it. Next, you will need to remove the 2 nuts that hold the chrome piece down. These are located in each corner of the bumper. Well, guys, we're all finished up and it's the next day, so it's fully cured. And I want to talk about some of the positive things and some of the negative things. And also wanted to mention that I did end up going down and getting another can. I did not use the whole thing. Almost got away with one can, but I think it was a little too blotchy. And I wanted to make sure we had good coverage so it could peel up. And I ended up using right around the whole can of clear. So about 1 3/4, 1.5 cans of the black you can get away with on a bumper this size. So prepare to have 2 cans readily available. They are $10 each. So I don't want to say that's a negative because in today's economy, that's pretty normal. I mean, I went down and buy regular paint and it's up over 10 bucks now. So expect to pay about $25 to do a bumper of this size, which is going to be cheaper than a wrap. Now, what is the biggest downside I've got to say is it's not nearly as glossy as I expected, considering this is a gloss wrap. It doesn't get as glossy as a normal wrap would be, but it's not bad. For me, it's gonna be perfect because I'm trying to match those side panels that have been damaged from the sun, and it does have a nice shine to it. One of the other big benefits, it does lay down very nicely. I didn't have really any runs, but for rubberized applications like this bumper, it's probably gonna be completely fine because typically they're gonna be a shade lighter or not as glossy as the paint's gonna be on this car because they're not the same material and they typically don't put the same type of clear coat if they even put a clear coat on it. So with that said, it works perfect for a bumper application. Guys, I decided to install it on the video before ending the video so you guys can get a better idea of how it looks installed. And I think it came out really, really good. In fact, for 25 bucks, I don't think you can beat it. I think it's gonna match very, very well with our side panels, which, by the way, I've got some good news. This back to black seems to be working really well. This front panel over here, I did it the other day and it's been sitting and it's still very, very glossy. So I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna work on a video right now to show you guys how to remove these pieces here, all these lower panel pieces, how to access your chrome, and then how to reinstall them. And we're gonna go ahead and put the black ones on, probably with the set of rims on there too, just to give us an overall look. I'm excited though. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if this is a product you would use. Not sure how many applications you can use it on, but for this temporary fix, so I can have all black bottom panels without spending a fortune, I think it came out really good. You guys have an awesome day, blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.